Hi everyone, and welcome back. It is 10:19 in the morning. My desk area is something that I have not been in touch with for a few days. Life has been a little crazy here on a positive side. The pool, the backyard, the house. I am still having my surgery. It's coming up. So I have been nesting. I'm getting everything done. So I bet you I can make you laugh. Do you remember when I had the roof done and we went upstairs on the porch roof and we put we had spray painted John painted the shutters and we had to put them back up, and I had the power wash up there and we were power washing the house and everything was coming out great. Well, the screens on the Disney room and my room were so weathered that the power washer hit it and they disintegrated. So I repaired mine right away. And because the Disney room doesn't get much action, except for guests, I hadn't had anybody here. So the screens have been sitting in my dining room for over a year. They were tucked behind furniture. But I was like, that's it. I did screens yesterday. I put them back. I opened windows. I actually repaired the sliding screen door to the point where John said to me this morning, "How'd you fix that?" Because it slides like butter. And we'll talk about that tomorrow night on the live if you're interested in what I did to fix my sliding glass door, because not the door, but the screen. Oh my gosh. I do. I think and I was talking to Shannon, because I'm having the eye surgery, I want everything done. Everything done. I have not touched this book, and I will come back to this book. I am still collecting my receipts. My desk is semi-organized. I did create something. You're not going to see it right now. Something amazing that's coming. So let's get into this. This is all about the pool. What did I budget? How did I get there? What were my final numbers? Give me 1 second. Okay. Now we're going to come over here and I'm going to zoom you in because this is so important, because I'm very proud of my budgeting. So proud of it. Now, let's zoom you in. Okay. So this here is my challenge that I said, all right, I've got to have a certain amount of money for when that credit card bill comes in for the pool. Now, when he said, the first phone call I had with the pool guy, Mike, he's the owner. He built my pool back in 2010. I said, Mike, rough estimate, what should I expect? $5,500 for me, $1,000 for water. It's okay. My head, I have $6,500. I had to give a deposit of $1,854. $1,854. Now, I paid that off already because that was 4 weeks ago. Credit card payment came in, paid, gone. Okay. So my remaining balance in my head was about $4,600. Then I rounded up to $5,000. I do have $700 in my sinking fund. So the remainder that my goal was about $4,300. My goal is to get the Scooby-Doo challenge done. That's $1,000. Then that challenge that I just showed you with Mickey Mouse on it was $3,300. All right. So this is where the numbers actually come in. My estimate, I'm going to come in a little bit more. Stay with me. So for me, the estimate was $6,500, right? But that's not what it actually cost me. The actual cost of everything was $7,134. The difference from $7,134 with the estimate of $6,500, I was mentally short $634.62. But I over budgeted in my challenges. So when everything is said and done, I am going to be short $280.62. So this is my breakdown. My liner cost $55. Then they did a skim plate, a gasket, a return cover, and a pressure gauge. That got me up to $5,494.55. Add tax to it, and then there was a surcharge, one on the credit card, which was for the deposit of $54. Then when I paid the pool, there was an additional surcharge of $122. Now, you're probably saying, well, why would you do that? Why do you want to pay a surcharge? Because this is how I look at it. We don't carry a credit card balance. So I put it on the credit card. Could I have given them cash? Yes. I'd have to pull that, or because I wasn't there 100%, pull it from the HELOC, which is a 7% amount. You could do the math all you want. For us, because we don't carry a 0%, I kept the cash on hand, right? Saved up, and I will pay it off. But this is what happens. We use an American Airlines credit card. So I get those reward miles, and that means our travel is free. So if you were to take like this $180, in my head, that's a future airline ticket. Justification any way you want. So that total came to $6,039. The pool water, now this was the best. The pool water was supposed to cost me $525 a tanker. And I was going to get 2 tankers. Actually, I'm going to rephrase that. I had called a secondary company. They came in at $525 a tanker. I let the pool company get it. So they're here, they're filling up the pool, and the guy hands me the bill. It was $380 a tanker. $380. So I said to the man, how much water is that going to give me in my pool? So, because the first load was just about done, and he brought the second load in. I said, where's that going to get me to? And he says, probably around the second step. I said, what would a third tanker get me? He goes, it would get you full. At that moment, it was like a no-brain situation. I looked at him and I go, would you come back with a third load? He said, yes. So $380, I decided at that very moment to run with that because I have well water. And with well water, you're using your pump. Now, I didn't want my pump to fail. I didn't want to have to put in a new well pump. And when you think about that and the electricity and running your well dry and then waiting a few days for your well to fill back up, I was like, no, you know what? Shannon was here. We had 4 people in the house. I still had laundry to do, showers. I had just did all that pressure washing. So it was like a godsend that tanker only cost $380 and not $525. So I ran with it. So pool water came to $1,140, which brought me up to the $7,140. Deposit of $1,800 brought me down to the $5,340. I wrote the check for $1,140, so that was paid in cash right now. Basically, same as cash. We did go back to the pool store and get chemicals the next day, so that I got chemicals and I paid the liner. I'm done. I paid for it. That's on the credit card that will close out in the beginning of July, and I will have to pay it by the end of July. So the $53.99 was really the $54, which was that surcharge right there. And I'm really happy with where I'm at, because when you look at everything, I was, truth be told, I budgeted and I was in the margin, I think, I don't know, 8%. I was off in numbers, and I was so, so happy. I would have liked to have been at a positive with my numbers, but I'm really okay with it. So, and this is the truth. In about a week or two, when the water starts to really normalize, so to say, I have to take that water sample back in 2 weeks. And I have no chemicals. I need chlorine tablets, and I need like pH up, pH down. I need all of it. We have none. So what I figure, in 2 weeks, we'll already be in July. I'll start budgeting for that, and I will have to pay that by the end of August. So I'm really good with where I'm at. Now, next big thing. Oh, here we go. So I had my sights on this. This is going to be, I'm staying steady on this. Scooby-Doo is going to stay steady because we only have 1 week left in the month, really. So I've got money that has been sitting here waiting for me to do a video. But every day I've been working on this house, and I get in here at night and I go, I can't mentally do it. So I have it. It's sitting here. It's got to get saved. It's got a job. But now, working on the backyard, I had said to John last week, I had a problem with the gutters in the house. I said, please get me the gutter guy. He says, okay. So the gutter guy came yesterday, went up on my roof. Do you know that there was roofing material stuck in my gutter, causing my water to overflow out of my gutter? So he thinks he fixed it. No big deal. But then, if you follow me on Sunday Night Lives, my barn, 1800s barn, 2 of the gutters are shot. And roofing needs to be repaired. So he came down to the barn with me, and he gave me an estimate of $1,200 for 3 pieces of gutter installed. But and this will be in October. So now I'm going to have a new goal. But I've got to get the roof fixed on the barn. I've already made a phone call today. And then also what I did was, TJ's pole barn, we have no overhang over the doorway. So I said to him, I want those icebreakers installed on the metal roof, just over the doorway. So when he does my barn, he'll do TJ's barn. So that's now a new goal for October. Goals are being set, and I will meet them. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about how I feel like I'm such a big girl, because I'm a responsible girl, because we had an Alaska cruise booked for July. And I want to say January, February, with everything that I had foreseen, I couldn't foresee this. I did not. But with helping TJ, the building, the lawsuit, the attorneys, I couldn't justify an Alaska cruise. Couldn't. And I'm going to say that I'm thankful that John was on the same page as me. Because what would that have done? That would have put me in debt. And I could have said, well, it's on the HELOC. What's the big deal? I'll pay it off eventually. I'll get there. You know, I didn't want that. I did not want that. So I'm so proud of both John and I on this one, 100%, that the cruise, Alaska, came off the table because all this is more important than a cruise. My home, my backyard. This is my vacation every day. Not that I get to go sit out there, but I am scheduling life. I'm getting in habits. I'm creating routines. I am becoming time management, and I'm so proud of myself. Not only am I time management, I'm budgeting my time, just like I'm learning to budget my money. I am going to be 59 years old, and I want to relay this to you. I don't care how old you are or what stage of life you're in. Hear me. Please hear me. It's never too late to start anything that you want to start. And if you're still with me on that, I'm going to ask you to drop me stars. And I want you to start something that you didn't think you could. Whether it's time management, budgeting, planning, setting alarms on your phone, drinking more water, I don't care what it is. Start something with me. And if you're going to start something with me, put down the word start. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being on this journey. It's not over because I'm still saving for this, but I'm going to reach this goal 100%. Love yous, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.